Hi everybody, it's Richard here and welcome to my Inbox 21 video where I'm showing some new vinyl and some second-hand vinyl I picked up over the past month or so. I've bought quite a bit as per usual, so I'll start off with the new vinyl. This one here is an absolutely fantastic compilation by the Undertones, and this is West Bank Songs 1978 to 1983, and this is a double album. It features all their hits. Funny enough, it doesn't feature the song Chain of Love from the Sin of Pride album, which is a shame, but there's 9 and 8, 17, 24, 32 tracks on this. Absolutely brilliant. And what I like about this is it's got the pink cover, but if you actually look at the back of it, it's the same font as and the same style as the Rolling Stones Aftermath from 1966. Really good album from one of Northern Ireland's best. So that's the Undertones West Bank Song 78 to 93. Also with the Irish theme, today I bought Citizens of Boomtown by the Boomtown Rats. It's their first album in 36 years. It's actually not bad. There's a couple of clunkers on here like the Boomtown Rats. The last song's a little bit embarrassing, but there's some really good songs like Sweet Thing, Here's a Postcard and KISS. Yeah, the single Trash Glam Baby is not bad, but it's a little bit embarrassing really. There's something about it I'm not too keen on, but generally speaking there's only 10 songs on this and it is actually very good, and it's on gold vinyl as well, so better than I expected, to be honest. Much better than I expected, and that is Citizens of Boomtown. Another album I bought was a double live album by ELO. Saw this actually going relatively cheap. Now, since Jeff Lynne's ELO reformed, well, this was actually just before Jeff Lynne's ELO, but it's obviously Jeff Lynne's ELO. They've had 2 live albums. This is the one I wanted because there's actually 2 bonus tracks on this, which are studio songs, Out of Luck and Cold Feet. Now, Out of Luck is a great rockabilly number and Cold Feet is a decent enough song. And the reason I went for this over the Wembley one, is it Wembley or Bust you call it, is because it has a couple of songs you wouldn't really expect. For example, Secret Messages and Twilight are both on this, and that's nice to hear, because usually with this Jeff Lynne's ELO he tends to stay clear of the 80s material, which is a shame. This is a really good double live album. Really enjoyed it. I'll probably end up getting Wembley or Bust as well, but for the moment this does me. This one here I said I would get it. This is the second of the Americana series from Ray Davies, and this is every bit as good as the first. Those 2 Ray Davies albums are brilliant, and I will say that they're his best work since Muswell Hillbillies in 1971. The only thing I'm not keen about this album is it's exactly the same cover as Americana, except for it's just called Our Country. Same picture and everything. They could have used the same theme, but a slightly different take on the picture. But again, another double album, 2 double albums within a space of a year and a half, and brilliant. I actually ripped both of the albums as there was download cards, and I put them on a data CD and I played them back to back in the car for a full week, and I love both of them. Brilliant albums. Okay, I increased my Leonard Cohen on vinyl. I bought Recent Songs from 1979, very strong album. Got the guests on it and got the magnificent Ballad of the Absent Mayor. This is Leonard Cohen's last really acoustic-y album. It's the closest to the 60s, and then as he went sort of electronic keyboards and so forth after this with what was it called? Can't even remember the name of the next album. It's the one with Hallelujah on it. Various Positions. But this is a very, very strong album, and as I say, last of the purely acoustic Leonard Cohen albums. And I also got this one here, which is I'm Your Man which is the album released after Various Positions, and this is the one that really brought them back. This is the one with First We Take Manhattan, Tower of Song on it. It's a very, very strong album, and I got them at a decent price, so picked them up. So my Leonard Cohen vinyl is increasing. And just today I pulled the plug on this one, or sorry, I pulled the trigger on this one. I should pull the plug on the whole lot, to be honest with you, and I bought OK Computer by Radiohead. I now have their two best albums on vinyl, The Bends and now this one. And this is the triple vinyl album, and I got this at the local record shop. It was a decent enough price for 3 LPs, and it is flipping heavy. It's still in the shrink, haven't opened it yet, so that'll probably be open tomorrow morning. So glad to have it, and I look forward to playing the third LP on this. I think, if I can remember right, there was a CD EP came out around the time, Airbag, and I think that's, or maybe it's not called Airbag, maybe it is, I can't remember. I'm just lost with a lot of stuff that came out in the 90s. Maybe it's the same material, I'm not sure, but looking forward to this. And this is OK Computer and OK Not OK 1997 2017. Okay, let's get on to the second hand vinyl, and this I think is my first new second hand vinyl. And what I mean by that is, of all, since I've been getting into vinyl, all albums that have been released, this is the first new album that I've bought, but I bought it second hand. You never really see it, so it's a new issue, but it's second hand. Somebody's flogged it again, and I had to buy it because it was only a tenner, and it's Jeff Lynne's ELO, Alone in the Universe. Yeah, this is, I think this is actually a little bit better than his last album, which did better. Well, maybe it didn't. I think this hung about the charts for quite a while, whereas the most recent one went quite high up and then fell flat on its face. But yeah, this is actually a really good album. When I Was a Boy is good. Ain't It a Drag is another great wee rockabilly number. But if I'm being honest, like the Jeff Lynne stuff now is all very, very similar. He needs to do something slightly different. I know he's getting on in age, so maybe fair enough. Produce his normal stuff. But if he just got on a drummer and didn't do the drums himself, I think it would be better. But it's still a really, really good album. And as I say, there's another great song, Love and Rain's really good. The Sun Will Shine on You. It's a fine album. It's a fine album. It's mid-table Jeff Lynne, or mid-table ELO. So I got that. I also bought this, and I bought this today, and this is Martin Offler's Local Hero. And this is the one with Going Home on it, which usually features on a lot of the Dire Straits' greatest hits, and I think they played it quite a bit as a, you know, an encore, basically to say clear off everybody, we're leaving now, we're going home. But yeah, not a bad album. It's a nice listen. I have this in CD, so I saw it relatively cheap, and I thought, yeah, I'll pick this up. Added the Dire Straits collection. Also, I'd never owned this here before, and this is a really, really good album. And this is Live X Certificate by the Stranglers. Yeah, this is recorded in 77 and 78. And features tracks from the first 3 albums, so you get, you know, classics like Get a Grip, Dagenham Dave, Hanging Around, Straighten Out, 5 Minutes, Go Buddy Go. Really strong album, and this is the one that just came out before The Raven. So the Stranglers X Certificate Live. Bit of a change of direction here, and say Chic. I've never had a Chic album, and this was very cheap. This is only about £1.50 or something, and it has Le Freak on it, I Want Your Love, Everybody Dance, and Dance Dance Dance. It's good, like Chic music. I really enjoy it. It's a wee bit like Sister Sledge. I really enjoy them because basically they're Chic with 3 different singers. But yeah, good album, good disco album, you can't beat it. Excellent. This one here I've been looking for quite a while. This is Radio Star's Songs for Swinging Lovers. Now, the two people I knew in Radio Stars here were is it Martin Gordon, yeah, who used to play with Sparks. He was part of the lineup for Kimono My House and Propaganda. And Andy Ellison, who was the lead singer of John's Children, who famously had Mark Bolan as part of the lineup. I have a few singles of theirs, like No Russians in Russia, and what's the other one? Oh dear, I can't remember the names of the singles. I had them in my head and it's just gone. But I played this. This is really, really good. It's from around 1977. Nervous Wreck, the single, I have that as well. This is on here. And From a Rabbit, that's the other one that I have. Yeah, no, very, very good. I've never seen the album before. It's on Chiswick labels, the Chiswick label, and is a really strong punk album. Very enjoyable. I can understand why Martin Gordon was a little bit annoyed being in Sparks, because he wasn't able to contribute his songs. He wrote most of the songs off this, and they are very good. So this is Radio Stars and Songs for Swinging Lovers. Now, this girl, I bought 3 of them in a row, but not at the same time. I bought one, then bought another, then bought another, because the first one blew me away. And this is Ellen Foley, and I thought this was an absolutely fantastic album. The reason I actually bought it was because she does a song called Don't Let Go, which is written by Ian Hunter, and I've heard the Ian Hunter demo. Ian Hunter never really recorded it himself, so I bought it. But this is excellent. We Belong to the Night is the single off this, and she does a great version of Stupid Girl. Now, she's more famous, or most famous, for singing with Meat Loaf on Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and she's also quite famous for the girlfriend of Mick Jones. So I thought I would take a punt. That's Mick Jones out of the Clash, not out of Foreigner. And I was really surprised by this, and I thought it was that good. I went and ordered the next album, which was still very cheap. And this is A Spirit of St. Louis, or Louis. And half these songs are written by Strummer and Jones. It's a weird album, but it's again another really enjoyable album. The Shuttered Palace is, I've never heard anything like it before. It's not what you're expecting. It is new wavy, but there's slight new romantic-y as well, and it's just off on a tangent, and I think it's a really strong album. So because of that, I ordered the third one. She's obviously split up with Mick Jones by this time, and this is Another Breath, and this is crap. This is not very good at all. This has got the full 80s sound. This is from 1983. The last one was 81 and the previous one 80. There is a decent version of Johnny and Mary on this, but that's about it. Boys in the Attic is okay, but the rest of it is just, nah, it's not great. She's only ever released 3 albums, so 2 out of 3 ain't bad. How's that for a Bat Out of Hell reference? So that's Ellen Foley, New York girl, I believe. Now, this is a guy I've seen on the VC. I have never heard a single song, although I did recognise one. And this is Jim, is it Croce or is it Croce? Or I think it's Jim Croce. I've seen him about, I've seen people show his records before, and I thought, right, this is a fiver. It's on the K-Tel label, his greatest songs, and I bought this and I played it, and it is snooze-a-thon. I just don't rate it at all. The song I did recognise was Big Bad Leroy Brown, and I thought, yeah, it's alright, but no, sorry, not for me. I had to try it, and apparently he always has a cigar in his mouth. So that's Jim Croce, his latest song, his greatest song, sorry. Okay, a few more left. Now, this is a bit of a guilty pleasure, and this is what happens whenever you drink wine on a Saturday night and you play a song that you haven't heard for ages, and then you go on to Discogs and you look for the greatest hits, and then you play another song off that greatest hits. You think, oh, that's good. You play it on YouTube, I'm definitely buying that album, and then you get it and it's a load of old tosh. I bought Pussycat, the best of Pussycat, which has Mississippi on it, and I still love that song. Another song I had played was Hey Joe, which I seemed to like that Saturday night, but I don't really like it now, and the rest is dreadful. But still, you have to do these things, and it wasn't very expensive. I could lie and say this was a £1 buy, or it was given to me for free. No, I actually sought this out. But I do like Mississippi, I always will. So Pussycat, why not? Add to the guilty pleasure collection. I also never had any of this guy, Nat King Cole, and this is 20 Golden Greats. 20 Golden Greats. And this has the only two songs I know of his are When I Fall in Love and Unforgettable. That's about it. I haven't played this yet, but this will get spun. This will be one of those. I'm just lying there doing nothing, put it on, relaxing. And I do like his Christmas song, for some reason isn't on this. But anyway, Nat King Cole, 20 Golden Greats, very, very cheap. And I decided to buy this as well because I'm a Bee Gees fan and I didn't have it. And this is Staying Alive, the follow-up to Saturday Night Fever. And side one is a Bee Gees, half a Bee Gees album really. So side one's all Bee Gees and side two I think is a lot of Sly Stallone's brother Frank. But the Bee Gees stuff's not that great either. Someone Belonging to Someone is probably the best on this, and it was a single, and The Woman in You is not bad, but you know, this is from I think 1983 and it's not brilliant, but cheap, so I bought it just to add to the collection. And then the £1 buy, which I got for nothing, and I thought I'll take it. Haven't played it yet, only got it today, and West Side Story. The only thing I know about this is America, and that's it. So this will get cleaned up, played, and probably never played again, but there you go. So that's my recent purchases over the past month or so. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.